physiognomy. A very warm welcome to Disha Vedantu YouTube channel. I'm your master teacher Neha ma'am. In today's session, we are going to decode your 11th and 12th standard physics. So let me just quickly check that is live started properly. Can you hear me and can you see me? If you're watching the video, let me know your presence in the chat. Okay, let me just wait for a few minutes that let the live start. Is live not started yet? Okay. Yeah, great. Now it is started. Fine, fine, fine. So live has started and let's start our session today. So as I said, today we are going to learn, we are going to decode the 11th and 12th physics. As you guys have completed your 10th standard and now some of you may be choosing science. In science, you'll be opting for PCMB or PMCS or anything. So physics is common in that, right? So to understand what is 11th and 12th physics, and let me clear you this. This video is not only for the students who are passing out 10th and moving towards 11th. This video is to understand entire physics in a gist, because if you want to write any NTSC, JEE, NEET, whatever the exam may be, first thing is to understand the syllabus, what you have to study. Okay, getting my point? So what I'm telling, it is not just to see the syllabus, instead it is to understand that. Clear? Shall we start today's session? Yes, if you're watching the video and we can start the session, let me know it in the chat. Okay, so shall we start? So let me tell you another thing here, that is, I'm not only just going through the 11th and 12th syllabus, I'm connecting them with your 9th and 10th syllabus, so that if there is a connectivity. So we all know that foundation is extremely important for 11th and 12th, because the 10th and 9th level physics or whatever subject you study is very difficult for the from the 11th and 12th. Getting my point, what I'm saying? Yeah, getting what I'm saying? So we have to connect a bridge between these two classes so that you not fumble when you move there. Is that clear to everyone? Right? So it's extremely important to connect and study, and particularly about physics, how to study it, what is the connection between your 9th and 10th physics and 11th and 12th physics. I'm going to decode it in today's session. So stay tuned with the video. If you like the video, just don't forget to hit the like button, share the videos with your friends so that they can also know what to do, right? Okay, then let's enter to your physics syllabus. I'm just moving this to the, okay. So this is your 9th standard syllabus, right? So tell me quickly in the chat who are watching, I want to see your response in the chat. Okay, let us decode the syllabus of physics. And this is important to know to prepare for your competitive exams such as JEE, NEET or any other competitive state level exams. Right? So shall we start? Can you guys see here what yeah. Let's just zoom in it. Great. So see, let's start. Let's decode the syllabus one by one. So starting from the 9th standard, we have been studying about motion, force and work. Right? In the 9th standard physics, we have studied what is distance, what is displacement and all the things. Right? Just let me change this color. Yeah. Okay. So here you can see that distance, displacement, right? These are the things which we have already studied in the 9th standard. So let me be clear, very clear here. Your chapter, this motion, this force, work is going to repeat in your 11th standard. Yes, I'm saying this. Okay, just look at the chapters. This is a 9th standard syllabus. Now I'll be showing you the 11th standard syllabus. Okay, so go through it thoroughly. We have the motion chapter in which we discuss about distance and displacement, velocity, acceleration, VT graph, uniform motion, and yeah, distance time graph, right? This is the chapter about motion. Remember it. Now let me show you the 11th standard syllabus over here. Okay, just check at this. Okay, just see here. Okay, let's scroll down to your first chapter. Okay, let me come here. See here. So the first chapter which you are going to get in your 11th standard physics is physical world and measurement. So physical world is the first chapter, that is to introduce you to the physics. Okay, today evening I'll be taking this session of physical world 11th standard physics. Why? I could have started from 9th and 10th physics, but I have chosen this chapter because it introduces you to the world of physics, which is extremely important before studying it. Okay, getting the thing what I'm saying? So first we will understand what is physics. That is the first pu, first chapter. Second, we'll be understanding the units of measurement. Okay, in units and measurements you'll be studying about the SI units. SI units are nothing but the standard units. Okay, initially different countries used to measure in different things, like you know already, kgs, ponds, and there used to be variety of measurements to standardize it throughout the world, to maintain a balance in the countries. What they have done, they have introduced SI units. So we know temperature, kelvin, length, meters, right? You'll be studying about this SI units. And after that we have dimension analysis. Okay, dimension. So you'll study about this in your second chapter. So what is dimension? Any physical quantity, we can write it in this basic SI units. So let me clear you that there are two types of physical quantities. One is natural or the basic physical quantities, other one is derived. So every other qualities are derived. Only some standard 7 units you'll study, which are actually the physical quantities. Other quantities are derived from it. Am I clear with my words? Can you understand what I'm telling? So I just want to give you an idea. Now you're entering to your 11th standard. Before that, I want to give you clarity what you're going to study for a year in your 11th standard. Clear? And yes, syllabus will be bulk. Okay, I can see you guys watching the video. Please let me know your response in the chat. Okay, so in the 10th standard syllabus, just 4 chapters of physics and done with that. But in 11th and 12th, you will be having bulkier chapters. And if you want to attend the competitive exams, not only 11th, not only 12th, that should be combined. You already know this, right? You have to study the 11th physics, you have to study the 12th physics, then only you can score good marks in the competitive exams. So syllabus is bulkier, that has to be accepted. After that, we have to plan how to cater it and gain a good marks. Am I clear with my points? So dimension analysis is nothing but writing a physical, derived physical quantity in terms of standard quantities like length or length or area. This kind of quantities we'll be using. Okay, after that, so I said no, 9th standard physics is going to repeat in your 11th standard. That is here. We are going to study about kinematics. In kinematics is nothing but study of motion of objects. Okay, under the unit kinematics, we have 2 chapters, right? The 2 chapters are motion in straight line and motion in a plane. As of now, in your 9th standard syllabus, you just know about motion in straight line. You have not studied yet about the motion in plane. So we have studied if we throw the stone upward, it will fall vertically downward. But motion in a plane is a horizontal motion. If you throw a ball towards your friend, right? When you're playing, if you throw a ball towards your friend, that is called as projectile motion, and that's the 2D motion. The motion in which both x-axis and y-axis are changing here. So this is 2D. Okay, x and y axis are changing here. But motion in straight line in one dimension motion. Any person or an object is moving in one dimension, that is called as motion in straight line. Clear with this? So you can connect this, right? Some of the basics of motion in straight line chapter you have been studying in 9th standard. Am I clear with this? Right? So above that, what you are going to study? Here there is a concept called as frame of reference. In the motion chapter of 9th standard physics, I'll be always saying that motion is not constant. It is a relative term. Okay, what I mean by relative, it depends upon the perspective from where you are seeing. And I give an example that if we are standing on the earth, right? Do we feel that earth is moving? We don't. But if we go to the space and if we see the earth, what we can see? It is revolving around the sun. It is rotating around its own axis. We can see the motion from other point of reference. Okay. So point of reference or frame of reference is nothing but it's a quantity from which you are seeing the motion. Yes, if you have any doubt, any question, you can put it in the chat. Clear? I'll be solving your queries. Done. Okay, so after that, we'll be studying about here. Here there is an important catch. Differentiation and integration for describing motion. And the important thing over here is integration and differentiation in mathematics you'll be studying in 12th standard, right? But in physics we'll be using it in 11th standard. So most of the students feel difficulty with these mathematical calculation. And let me be frank here, I understood the integration when I was studying the bachelor's, right? So it was quite difficult to understand completely thoroughly during my 12th, because it's in 12th it is like rush, we have to run, learn, solve. But in bachelor's degrees and all, we can break it down in very basic level and understand it clearly. So what I have planned, and in this session, not only I'm discussing about your syllabus, I'm discussing about the next session plans for your NTSC, JEE, NEET preparation. What is the next session plan I'm going to take from physics, right? So I'll be starting from today. We will discuss about physical world. We will understand what is physics, right? After that, I'll be starting with basic mathematics because it is extremely important for physics. As some may have not opt mathematics, if you opt for mathematics also, majority like differentiation, integration particularly, you will be studying in 12th standard, right? But we'll be using in 11th only. So I'll be solving the basic things of integration, differentiation, what and all they are required for your physics. Okay, I'll be doing that in this foundation course. Clear? Okay, and let me tell you that I just have here my 11th PU physics textbook. I can just show you the guys this. Okay, so yeah, very great books. So you can see this is just part 1. We have 2 books like this in your 11th standard and 12th standard 2 books. Totally, you have to study 4 books for your competitive exams, and that is just a NCERT book. If you want to practice more questions, you have to refer the other books also. Right? Okay. So moving forward, shall we? Okay, let's move. So here you can see relative motions. Questions will be there. If a man is running on a train, train is moving in opposite direction, beside there's a car going. These kind of questions will arise from motion in a straight line chapter. Clear with this? Okay. Next. Next what we have? Motion in a plane. So before entering motion in a plane, we have to be very good with scalars and vectors. You may say that, ma'am, we already know it. Scalar is a quantity that has only magnitude and vector is a quantity that has both magnitude and direction. But it's not only that. There's a vector law of addition, parallelogram law of addition. You'll be studying about that Don't worry. I will also cover this vectors and scalars because it is the basic which is required. Okay. Then we'll study displacement vector, position vector. Not only displacement, we will study about displacement vector, right? So you can see here equality of vectors, multiplication around vectors. Okay, scalar vector, unit vector, direction vector. There are many multiple kinds of vectors, equal vector and all. Okay, I'll be discussing about the vectors concept. After that, we can enter to motion and plane, right? Where we'll study about the motion. It's called as projectile motion. If you throw a stone like this, what will be happening here, right? Here both the x-axis and y-axis will be changing. Clear with this? Okay. Then now before discussing about the laws of motion, that is chapter. Yes, hi. Okay, before entering and discussing about that chapter, let me show you again the ninth standard physics. Okay, I'm connecting here. I'm not just randomly moving forward. So I'm connecting the dots between your ninth and 11th physics, 10th and 12th physics. Okay, yeah. So see here, force and laws of Newton's laws of motion, right? Force and so see here, in this chapter we'll be studying about force, the cause for the motion. if any object if any object is moving, it is due to the force, right? We are going to study about the cause of motion. Okay, remember this, force is nothing but it's the cause of motion. Clear? Yes. Okay. See, yeah. Let me just erase this. Okay, clear. Fine. Now, okay, is there any disturbance in the voice? Okay. So, see here. In force we'll be understanding about inertia. Inertia is nothing but tendency of a body to resist the change in motion, right? We have been already studied about this in the ninth standard, right? So inertia, momentum, force, acceleration. So Newton's laws of motion, basically F is equals to ma. Force, if you apply a force on an object, it will apply equal and opposite force. These all things you'll understand, you have studied already in Newton's laws of motion. And let me show you the syllabus over here. Just see here, laws of motion. Same kind of heading you can see, right? Here you will be studying about Newton's first law, which you have already studied. Momentum concept, we have seen the collision between the objects, right? Third law of motion, linear conservation of linear momentum. We have already studied this. You can ask, ma'am, is it same? Is it that easy? What we have studied in ninth, only that is going to repeat in 11th. No, it's not that easy also. The concept is same, but you will be getting here in-depth explanation. Right? In ninth standard, a surface level knowledge you have gathered. Now we are going to dive deep in your 11th physics. Clear? Okay, see here, equilibrium concept. I hope this is new concept. Static and kinetic friction. You have already studied about friction, but in friction, static friction and kinetic friction, their calculations are extremely important for JEE examination and all. Okay, rolling friction. If a thing is rolling, sliding over a horizontal plane, what's its equilibrium? What's its equation? We are going to study about that. Dynamics of circular motion, centripetal force, right? So we are going to study it in detail. Okay, after that, see here, similar kind of things you can see here. Work, energy, power, 9th standard physics, right? Work done, you have been studying about work done, kinetic and potential energy, conservation of energy in the ninth. But let me show you what is in 11th, right? In 11th physics, again you'll study about the work done by constant force, but variable force is important here. You'll just see the integration F into Ts. It was not present in 11th standard. Just a second, let me fix it up. Can you see me? Just a second. Am I visible properly? Okay. Is the live proper? Can you see me? Right? So, yeah, let's continue. Let's continue. So I was telling about work, energy and power, right? So you will be studying about constant force. We have already studied in 9th standard physics, but in 11th physics we'll be studying about the integration part over here. Okay, force is considered to be vector quantity, kinetic energy. Okay, work energy theorem, important derivation. Okay, for you, your examination, 11th examination, work energy theorem is important and it is easy. Yes, Krishu. Yes, that's right. In 11th physics, we'll be studying small. I have written a quote. Studying a lot from a bit is competitive. Okay. It's like studying a lot from bit. Okay. It is the 11th and 12th physics also. Clear? Then, so what we have, we'll have potential energy. Okay. Not only potential energy. Let me just write it. Okay. Is it choose? Yeah. Okay, not only the potential energy we are going to study here, we'll be studying about where it is. Yeah, potential energy due to spring, conservative forces, non-conservative forces, vertical and elastic collision, inelastic collision. These kind of lots of concepts are present in your work energy chapter. After that, system of particles. It's a little new kind of concept. Okay, this chapter, because we are going to consider if there is any mass, any system, we are going to consider each and every particles of that system, and we'll consider a center of mass over here. Okay, center of mass and rotation motion along this, we'll be studying about these all things over here. Hello Tarun, hello Krishu, hello everyone. Hi, how are you guys? Sorry. Tension. 11 science is easy, hard. So, stating about if you are writing a theory exam, you can manage it because there will be important derivation. If you practice those derivation, if you solve some basic numericals, in 11th you can manage. But if you want to ace in your competitive exams, it requires lots of hard work. Okay, tension. Why tension, Tarun? Yeah, why tension? Oh, then done with these initial chapters or some basic concepts they are explaining. Yes, Tarun, in the bridge course, what you are studying there. Okay, see. Okay, so center of mass. I said no, this is a new concept. So you will be studying about center of mass, torque, angular momentum, conservation of angular momentum. You have been studying about conservation of momentum, but here we'll be studying about conservation of angular momentum, moment of inertia. This is a little tricky, you may feel. Okay, because as it is new. Okay, then we have gravitation in 11th physics and also in the 9th physics, right? Where is gravitation? Ma'am, concepts, basic concepts. Ma'am, what ma'am? They are completing portion. Yeah, my law. Fears from me. Oh, good, good. But you should work according to that, right? So see, in gravitation in ninth you have been studying about universal law of gravitation, force of gravitation, right? F force is equals to G into product of masses. Okay, product of masses divided by the square of distance between them, right? We have already studied this. Free fall is nothing but G is equals to 9.8 meter per second square. Acceleration due to gravity, right? Mass and weight, difference between mass, difference between weight. Tension means spring, ma'am. Okay. Center of mass, which is center to balance a object. I have studied in ninth some portion. You just know about if you want to balance the thing, there will be a point where we can balance the thing, but it's not in the depth in the 11th standard. Okay. Tension means spring. Okay, you're studying about the force concept, tension, spring. Good, good. Okay, so yeah, in float, this is fluid physics kind of thing. Thrust, pressure, Archimedes principle, buoyancy. This is ninth concept. But what you have in your 11th, you have Kepler's law, three laws of planetary motion in the orbit. Okay, time is directly proportional to, you're going to study about these things. Universal law of gravitation, we already know this. Acceleration due to gravity, you already know this on the surface of earth, right? But this acceleration due to gravity we will be studying about. Okay, as we go inside the earth, what happens to the acceleration due to gravity as we go above? Okay, if you increase the height, what happens with acceleration due to gravity? You'll study it in the 11th standard. Gravitational potential energy, this is a new concept. You will be studying about this. And escape speed. So what should be the velocity of any object to escape from Earth's gravity? Yeah? Yes. Yeah, we have also studied that and all. We know that. Okay, orbital velocity, velocity required for your satellite to be in orbit is called as orbital velocity, right? Then you will be studying about, I hope this was in 8th standard. Let me know that was this in 8th? Elasticity, stress, strain. I have been studying this in the smaller grades only. Shear modulus, Young's modulus, Hooke's law. Was this in 8th? Tell me. I have not gone through the 8th syllabus, so I think it was. And then, so we here we will study about solids, and then we'll go to fluids. Fluids are nothing but liquids and gaseous, right? We'll study about the pressure concept, and yeah, Hooke's law, viscosity, right? Tension, surface tension, and all. So this is a little different concept, capillary and all. Okay. After that, we are going to enter into the heat, thermodynamics part. Okay. Temperature, where we'll study about heat, temperature, gas molecules, right? Latent heat, everything. This is the concept of heat. Okay. This is the concept of heat. Then in thermodynamics, we will understand the temperature, zeroth law, first law of thermodynamics, which are important, right? Second law, these all are about temperature. Isothermal expansion, adiabatic expansion, nothing but we'll be studying here about pressure, volume, temperature, internal energy, these concepts, right? Okay, then KTG, kinetic theory of gases. So we understand here the relation of temperature with gas. If we increase the pressure, what happens to the graph PV? PV is equals to nRT. I think that's the formula present here. Let's clarify that. Okay, so these are all things. After that, we have waves and oscillation. So light is not here. Particularly, we are not talking about light, but we know that light is have both particle and wave nature. So it's important to study about wave. Oscillation is nothing but you know that simple pendulum to and fro motion, right? It is about oscillation. Simple harmonic motion, spring. Okay, spring concept is important here. Okay, in this simple pendulum, if we add the spring, okay, the science, the physics over here changes because it can vibrate horizontally also. Okay, these kind of application questions you can expect from here. Then waves. In waves, we know that sound you have studied in ninth. Sound is a longitudinal wave, right? Sound is a longitudinal wave. Light is a transverse wave. right? These kind of waves you'll be studying, speed of the waves, okay, reflection of wave, overlapping, that is superposition of the waves, and all these is your 11th syllabus. Is it clear? Right? So this was about your 11th, and let's check what was in ninth once. Yeah, this was that syllabus of ninth. Okay, you can connect your ninth with the 11th. Now let's move to the 12th standard physics. Okay, let's move to the 12th standard physics now. Okay, where is 12th? Yes, here's, and also you can see the marks allocation, right? That will help you to study for your boards, 12th board and all, right? You can check the marks allocation. The syllabus is provided by CBSE itself, so it is a authenticated source. Okay, so in 12th physics, you will be studying about electricity, magnetism, AC, DC, EMI, okay, these kind of current concepts, right? So see here, in electricity, we have been studying in 10th standard also, right? Electricity, we have already studied in 10th standard. Let me show you that. Okay, see how things work. Electric current, potential difference, Ohm's law, resistance in series and combination. These all things about electricity, heating effect, series combination. Yeah, what is left? Electric power, relation between P, I, V, R. Okay, this is one concept of electricity. And second concept is magnetic effects of electric current. Magnetic field lines, current carrying conductor, AC, DC. This is removed as of now, I think. But right, this was included in the older syllabus. Let's move to the 12th standard syllabus. So what we have, electric charges, conservation of charge, beautiful and easy concept. Starting you have, then Coulomb's law. Yes, this is also like gravitation. F is equals to K into Q1 Q2 by R square. Similar to the gravitation, you can connect this chapter with gravitation chapter. Okay, people recommend that to study in a analogy with the same thing. Force due to multiple charges. If there are multiple charges, they will ask, in a corners of a square there are charges, so what's the net charge in the midpoint of the square? These kind of questions arise from this chapter. Done. Then electric field at one point, electric field lines. Then you will study about dipole. Let me just check this. Dipole is nothing but plus and minus charges, Gauss's law, its application. So lots of concept. Again, you'll study about electric potential difference, electric charge, okay, conductors, insulators. You know this in very basic, but here it is going to be in very depth. Okay, so derivations. If you want to score good marks in your boards, 11th and 12th exams, so then derivations are extremely important. Derivations, they will not ask you to derive in JEE NEET examination, but for your theory exams, these are extremely important as it carries maximum marks. Okay, then current, electricity, what is electric current? Okay, QI is equals to Q by T, these kinds of complex concept. Wheatstone bridge, you will also do this experiment in your practicals. Okay, it is nice, Wheatstone bridge and all. You'll perform the experiments in your lab. Okay, don't worry about that. Next, moving towards the magnetism. In magnetism concept, you will study about Biot-Savart's law, right? We have been studying about sine theta, right? So BL sine theta, Bill sine theta, right? So that is nothing but Biot-Savart's law. Okay, you'll study about this, how to use it, its application, infinitely long straight wire. Okay, how to calculate the magnetic field at a point from infinitely long straight wire. These kind of concepts are discussed over here. Then you will study about magnetism, paramagnet, diamagnet, ferromagnet, the concepts around this and all. Okay, you can see magnetic dipole, solenoid concept, right? Magnetic field intensity. These are the concepts used over here. Electromagnetic induction is nothing but generating electricity from magnetism, generating magnetism from electricity. Okay, that is electromagnetic induction. Faraday's law, you know that motion of an EMF. Okay, a coil, if there is a coil over here and there is a bar magnet here, right? If we move the bar magnet away and inside and away from the coil, what happens? Electric current generates due to magnetic flux. Okay, these concepts are studied here. Okay, moving towards next, alternating current. Alternating current is nothing but that changes its direction to and fro motion. Okay, DC is direct current, it is just like this wave. Okay, right. So in alternating current, you'll see about LCR circuit, inductive, capacitive, and resistance circuit. You'll study about that, transformers, how transformers work, and all. Electromagnetic waves, we know that light is an electromagnetic wave. It has both electric and magnetic waves. Okay, two transverse wave are present in light, that is nothing but electromagnetic waves. And you know that electricity and magnetic field will exist perpendicular to each other. So that concept is there. And X-rays, you'll study about X-rays, microwaves, kind of rays. Then ray optics. Ray optics is nothing but your 10th light chapter. Reflection, spherical mirrors, mirror formula, total internal reflection, new concept. Optic fibers, new and emerging concept, right? Lens formula, combination of lenses, refraction of light. Yes, you have this in your 10th physics, right? Basics in 10th. Okay, right. Then we have wave optics. In wave optics, you'll study about the wave nature of light, Huygens principle, reflection and refraction of a plane wave. Okay, this is wave nature of light. Wave nature of light. Okay, you'll study about this maxima. So the spots, you'll perform the experiments also. Okay, there are good experiments. Then we'll study about dual nature of matter. That is nothing but photoelectric effect. In a what I can say, in a material, if we incident some light rays of threshold frequency and all, what happens from this metal? Electrons will eject. This process is nothing but photoelectric effect. Okay. So you'll study about Einstein's photoelectric effect, wave particle duality, and all. Dual nature is nothing but wave particle duality. Okay. Then you'll come here to modern physics. This comes under modern physics, where we will study about the small particles. And let me tell you that in this video description, you'll get the link of three beautiful videos. One is about your introduction to physics, career, and a good stuff, how to join ISRO. Okay, so just go and check out the videos. In introduction to physics, I have tried my best to introduce to you to the world of physics in a unique, different way, so that you don't feel physics as boring, difficult. Instead, you like physics and study with the passion. Okay, don't forget to check out the videos. The link is in the description, so do go and check out it. So modern physics, I have said in that video, in modern physics, we'll be studying about small particles. Not bulkier, we'll be studying about microparticles, such as we'll study about atoms and nucleus, right? So these are small particles. So we'll study about alpha particles, scattering experiment, Rutherford model, which you study in chemistry also, right? Bohr's atomic model, radius of the atom, velocity of electrons in the atom. Okay, you'll be studying about these concepts here. In nuclei, you will study about the nuclear fission, fusion, binding energy, radioactive decay, and all. Fine. Okay, then we have electronic devices, where we study about semiconductors. Semiconductors are nothing but that lie between insulators and conductors. They are called as semiconductors, which are mostly used in all the fields, right? In your mobile phones, in the circuits, in the train, electric train, everywhere you see the application of semiconductors. Very emerging field in the field of physics, I can say. Okay, you'll study about energy band, where does the semiconductor lies, graph, diode concept, PN junction concept, everything is good. Okay, you'll study about these all things and you'll be doing the practicals also. Yes, tell me quickly, did you understood the physics what you're going to study in upcoming years? Tell me quickly in the chat. Am I done? Yes. Is that clear to everyone? And we are bringing up very good videos for you, so do check out the channel to check out the video section of the channel. Most of the students are not focusing on that. In there also you'll get good content, so refer that too. And any questions, any doubts, let me know it in the chat quickly. I'll be answering to your doubt. Any questions? No doubts. And as I said, from today I'll be taking this physical world chapter. Then we'll study about basic mathematics. Then we'll study about units and measurement, vectors and scalars. These are the basics. So I'm not going to dive into any chapters of your 10th, 9th and 11th, 12th till I cover the basics. Okay, first we are going to focus on basics first. Okay. Yes, quickly let me know what is your response in the comment chat. Yeah, good morning. Good morning, Rudraksh. Yeah. So tell me quickly, any questions? You're going to start your PU 11th and 12th. If you have any doubts, you can just put it. Am I clear?